Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here broadcasting today from East Africa. I'm sorry for all the craziness that's going on here. I think it's just the reception. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Um, I wanted to talk to you real quick about the Anthro In Action posts. So I have graded all of the first round Anthro In Action posts. I'm sorry it took so long. Um, the first thing is, so it's out of 30. And not everybody's going to get 30 out of 30, right? 30 out of 30 is awesome, awesome, perfect. Like I couldn't ask for more. But like a 27 out of 30 is still an A. A 24 out of 30 is still like a B, B minus. So this time around, I don't think I gave anything less than a C. Next time around, I'm going to grade a little bit harder because I'm going to expect a little bit more. And I wanted to just kind of go over some pointers so you can get the best score possible. So first of all, for the thing that you're linking to for the post, please pick something that you can relate class material with. I like it when you get creative and when you pick something that isn't, directly related to class material super obviously, but don't pick something just because it's convenient, just because you watched it on Netflix, if you are not confident that you can really make a good connection to it. And when I say connection to it, I don't just mean like it's a movie that has ape in the name, or it's a song that has DNA in the name. It you should be able to make a deeper connection than that. So what I really want you to do is focus on your demonstration of understanding of the course concepts, right? So whatever kind of connection you're going to make, you need to show me that you have a thorough understanding of that course concept and that you're not just name dropping it. So just saying like, this reminds me of primate mating strategies. That's step one, but what specific primate mating strategies? How does it remind you of that? Does it really go into detail on that? Are there some misconceptions about it? So, it's extra good if your understanding clues you into something that's being used incorrectly in this post. A lot of kind of mainstream understandings of DNA are very black and white. Oh, my DNA makes me super strong, so I am the fittest, and I will survive. Like, we should know by now that it's much more complicated than that. That who you are is a mixture of obviously your genetics and inheritance, but also the choices that you make and environmental interactions. DNA is super complicated, right? So if you can talk about how something that we've learned helped you to realize that a popular understanding of something is not quite correct, or that it's more complicated than that, that's great, and you can explain that, and that would be good. Doesn't necessarily have to be something that's incorrect. That's just a good way that you can sort of show your knowledge of something. And please don't pick something that's exactly identical to class. This time I kind of I let that slide because it wasn't super specific about it in my instructions, but like I would prefer if you don't say like look something up in a dictionary or go to a science page and just type in like, evolution, and whatever the first thing is that comes up, you say, this relates to our class because it discusses evolution. I'd like to see how in aspects of your own life, right? Maybe some of you are, majoring in something that connects you to other sciences, or maybe you do like to read science articles, but don't feel like you have to pick something like that just because. I mean, I had people who picked video games and did a great job of making some kind of a connection. You know, TV shows, YouTube videos, whatever. It doesn't have to be exact. And in fact, it's better if it's not exact, because then if it is, if you look up something that has to do with human evolution, I can't really tell if you are connecting your understanding of the class to what you're posting, or if your post is just a summary, right? Because you're supposed to summarize what the post is, and then you're supposed to explain how class material relates to that and how it helps you to understand it in a different way. So if you pick something that just kind of is almost exactly the same as what we cover in class, you're basically just doing a book report. You're basically just doing a summary of that. So I really want to see that you can synthesize information, and you can say, huh, I watched this thing about platypuses, or I watched this thing about manatees, and their mating behavior is similar to primates in this way, but it's actually a lot different in this other way, or something like that. So keep that in mind for the next Anthro In Action post, which is due on May 6th, which was supposed to be our last day of class. So May 6th by 11:59 p.m. And please post it in Canvas, right? So the same place where you put the URL, there's a comments box, and you should be able to just type in your response there, your like 2 paragraphs there, okay? If you have any questions, of course, you can email me. I know I'm kind of slow to get back recently because I have a lot of grading to catch up on and other stuff to do in terms of the last paperwork steps in my dissertation and yada yada. So one other thing is for the Kahoots. There's people that are worried about the Kahoots. Don't worry about the Kahoots, because I will try to create Kahoots and post Kahoots just for you to practice before the rest of the mini exams. But I will give everyone full credit for the rest of the Kahoots. And if you haven't received credit yet for a Kahoot that you did in the past, you will shortly. That's just another thing on my list that I have to get to, so don't worry about that. The reason that I'm not requiring that you do the rest of the Kahoots is because there's a limit of 100 students who can take these Kahoots online for some reason in the free version. Otherwise, I have to pay, and that comes out of my own pocket. I don't get like university money for that, so we're sticking with the free version, okay? So it wouldn't be fair to the 25 of you or so that wouldn't be able to take it, right? So I'm not requiring it. I'm just going to put it up there if you want to practice, okay? So I'll be back with an actual video of a lecture later today, okay? So from East Africa, signing out. Hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.